What's going on, everybody? We are going to get started in just a bit. Know we're starting a little late. Had some weather issues earlier that caused a little bit of a problem, but now I think everything is going to be okay. And we are going to get ready to get started in just a moment. Make sure y'all share this show out. Make sure I share it out to everybody. And we're going to be talking quite a bit. We're just going to have a little bit of information. Been hearing some crazy stuff about, possibly, somebody wanting A.J. Brown in a trade. We're also getting some developments from the stadium, from the new stadium that could possibly get built downtown. And possibly Desmond Ritter being the pick at 26 to the Tennessee Titans. Now, they're again, we're gonna have a little bit of fun with all of this. So, y'all bear with me for what I mentioned and everything. So we're gonna have a little bit of fun with that. So again, make sure y'all share this show out to everybody. Thank y'all for putting up with me again. We're gonna get started in just a moment, and we'll get everything going in 60 seconds. Good evening, Titan Nation. How's everybody good evening, Titan Nation. How's everybody doing? Welcome into TNT tonight, live from the Truth Studios, aka the Man Cave. I'm your man, Chris, aka Blue Enforcer. We're gonna have a great episode on this evening. But first thing I need y'all to do before we do get going is to make sure y'all share this show out. I am almost at 1,200 subscribers. I am a little under 43 subscribers away from 1,200. So if you're new to the channel, make sure you go ahead and smack that subscribe button, and also make sure y'all share this show out on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. You have all the pages at the ticker below. You got the main page for Titans and Truth, also the TNT Enforcers fan page on Instagram at Titans_in_truth, and on Twitter at TNT Blue Enforcer. And of course, if you're feeling generous, super chats are also appreciated as well. Definitely will shout you out if you do, and definitely show you a little bit of extra love indeed. So glad everybody could be with us on this evening. And also, if you're needing some TNT swag, some Titans and True swag, like this hat that I'm wearing right now, or the shirts, you can definitely get up with me either by my email at canewell817@gmail.com, or you can hit me up on any of the pages, any of the Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter pages as well. You can also contact Miss Latoya Akinyemi at Queen Butterfly Tees on Instagram, or at queenbutterflytees@gmail.com. If you want like the red hat you see or the blue hat that you see me wearing right now, you can check out at Out the Crib Customs. That's at out_the_crib_customs on Instagram, and I'll definitely make sure I shout that out as well. So definitely check them out. Definitely check them out or help me You'll be doing a great service if you did do so when it comes to that. So I thank everybody for tuning in. Let's see. I know we got some people tuning in now. What's up? What's up, Philip? What's up, Daryl? What's up, Ricky? We got 615 in the house. AZ Mick as usual. We got Reggie B. Y'all make sure y'all smash that like button. And we got CJ up in here as well. Again, y'all, I apologize. I'm starting about an hour later. We had a big time storm that came through Memphis and the Mid-South area earlier this evening, about an hour and a half ago. It was coming through pretty good. We had some sirens going off and the tornado warnings were going on. So definitely just trying to make sure we have power and everything will be safe and sound. So that's why I did not go live at 6, because everything kind of just stopped right at about 6 o'clock with everything. So that's why I'm going on now instead of an hour ago, just trying to make sure everything is safe, just trying to, make sure that, the house is safe here, and, some of my loved ones that are here are safe as well. So that's why I did not go live at our normal time of 6 p.m. So I apologize for that. Thank all of you for being patient with me on that. We're safe. Lights are obviously not out. Thank God for that. And everything is passed. And I pray for anybody that in the Memphis area, Arkansas, northern Mississippi, that is dealing with this storm right now. I hope everybody is safe. I hope everybody is okay with everything, and just try to stay as safe as possible, because tornadoes ain't nothing to joke with. Okay. Now with that being said, let's get right into what's been going on with the Tennessee Titans. Really not a lot to really report on. But first off, as y'all saw on the graphic, again, I'm going to pull that up for you. We're talking about, A.J. Brown. There's A.J. Brown, and everything. Also, Nissan Stadium behind as well, and Desmond Ridder. So that's what we're going to be kind of going into a little bit. But the first thing I wanted to get into is these rumors about A.J. Brown. And, there were rumors coming out that the Jets are mainly for the Jets, that they were keeping eyes on the A.J. Brown situation. They obviously are looking at big-time wide receivers like A.J. Brown, DK Metcalf, and Deebo Samuel. And there was a possibility that, the Jets might want to trade for A.J. Brown, and that this is something that could happen and everything. Let me make this short and quick. The Tennessee Titans are not trading A.J. Brown. It's not going to happen. Basically, and I believe that the second I saw it, was that this is just for some clickbait. Like, somebody's just trying to get some attention with that. Nobody in their right mind would actually believe that A.J. Brown would be available. I mean, now don't get me wrong. You would have to offer a king's ransom to get AJ from us. You're probably got to give up about 2 or 3 years of number ones and probably a couple of years of number twos for AJ. I mean, there could be an offer that we just can't refuse. I mean, we saw this with Tyreek Hill. I thought, honestly, Kansas City was going to pay him. He ends up going to Miami, and they get a boatload of picks for him. But they got a for sure thing quarterback in place. We don't. So let's just put all of that to rest right now. It was laughable. It was something I laughed at when I first saw this. So I know some people would, like, when they saw the graphic, and like, trade AJ. Like, nobody's trading AJ. What you talking about? I'm like, I'm making fun of those who thought that was actually going to be even in the realm of possibilities. It's not, ladies and gentlemen. A.J. Brown ain't going nowhere. Matter of fact, J-Rob basically came out and said AJ is a Titan and we plan on keeping him a Titan. So it's already in the works. AJ Brown is going to get paid pretty well and is going to be a Tennessee Titan for a very, very long time. So nip that in the bud right now. Ain't going to happen. So, you know, I thought that was laughable. That's why, you know, that's why I wanted to have some fun with that because I thought it was ridiculous. I thought it was completely just idiotic that somebody would even make that suggestion that, oh, the Titans could trade AJ. Nah, ain't gonna happen. Not now. Not like that. So here's the question. Here's a real question. Does AJ get an extension before the kickoff of the 2022 season? Type Y for yes, N for no. Does AJ Brown get extended before the season begins? I want to get y'all comments on that and everything. So I'm gonna read some of y'all comments while y'all do that. CJ says if they trade AJ instead of 17, I'm done. I mean, and that's the thing with Tannehill. Unfortunately, the Titans had a chance to go trade for Aaron Rodgers or Russell Wilson. They didn't do it. And I mean, what's out there now? Kyler Murray, he seems unsure of himself. He seems like, you know, he's gotten a big head and wants a whole bunch of money, yet chokes before the playoffs. You know, chokes halfway through the season. I don't know if I want that. Baker Mayfield, too much of a drama queen. I don't want that either. He's pouting because the Cleveland Browns have Deshaun Watson now. And, you know, there's really not a decent quarterback out there to trade for right now. So unfortunately, they believe so much in Tannehill, we're going to have to find out. As much as I hate it, they're going to have to ride with Tannehill. Because right now, anybody else that's possibly out there, I think is at the same level or maybe worse than Tannehill, in my honest opinion. Joseph, I hope y'all are safe up there because I do know that storm it is heading towards the Middle Tennessee area now. And, we got a lot of rain and the winds were kicking, but, we're safe and sound. So, again, Chris Fraser says elite Brown staying. I like that. So here, let's get a few comments. Joseph says yes. AZ Mix says yes. CJ says yes. 615 comes up with the first no. I think AJ gets extension halfway through the 2022-2023 season. Now, Lee, I'm going to have to kind of disagree with you on that because we know J-Rob doesn't usually tend to extend people in the middle of the year. He usually doesn't do that. He usually does it either before the season, during the off season, like after the season is over, right before free agency, or he does it right before the season start, like right before training camp or something like that. But J-Rob, he does not tend to re-sign and extend guys in the middle of the season. That's just what I've seen. Now, I could be wrong. It could happen. I'm not going to discredit and say it doesn't. But mid-season, I don't see it. I mean, either way, get them extended, I'm happy, regardless. But I think they do it before the season starts because during the season, his price is just going to continue to go up. It's already went up. And it's just going to continue to go up, in my honest opinion. Got another no from Philomath said, let's be real, AJ is injury prone. I would wait, in my opinion. He's going to get paid either way. There's no bargain deal this time. Well, true, AJ does have a little bit of an injury issue. And that does give the Titans a little bit of an advantage at the negotiating table. But the fact of the matter is this. The longer you hold to pay A.J. Brown, the price is only going to skyrocket up. I mean, Tyreek just got 28 and a half. I think Devontae got like 28. They're the highest paid receivers in the league, almost close to 30 million. AJ's asking price should be at minimum around 20 million. You're probably going to be looking somewhere between 20 and 25 million, and that is right now. He goes through the season and continues to do well, and you possibly almost in the same situation you let with Harold Landry. You don't want to get to that point. You sign him now, because if you wait, there are going to be other guys like Deebo Samuel, like DK Metcalf that are going to get tremendously paid, and that's just going to keep rising the price. Yeah, see, I got that one there for Roman Reigns. We the ones. So, I mean, they're going to have to get it done sooner rather than later. But I do agree, it's not going to be a bargain deal. They're going to have to pay up. Agreed. Over Chicken says, J-Rob already confirmed he wants AJ to be a Titan and said he's very important to the team and what they want to do. Yeah, we've definitely heard that. Daryl says, Big Y. Before says, Lawan because he hold out. Well, we know that Lawan held out for a bit and they got it done. And a lot of times, the holdouts is not necessarily the player. It's the agent. The agent wants to get paid. So we know that for a fact. I see D09 said, what's up? What up? King Isaac, I see you in here as well. So I say yes, AJ does get extended before the season starts. The next story that we want to go into is about this proposal from Governor Lee. Governor Lee is basically proposing to the legislature $500 million towards the new Titan Stadium. And this comes up because here in Memphis, he's also been making some proposals. We have a riverfront attraction, that has like the Welcome Center, and they're trying to make that park really nice by the river and everything. So they're getting, almost $100 million to fix up the riverfront. And they're also getting some money towards the museums and stuff here. But some of the people in politics, some of the council people are upset, or they feel like they're being slighted by Nashville because Governor Lee has proposed the $500 million for the new stadium. And what I say to that, to people of Memphis who might be watching this, I don't know why councilmen and people are upset saying we're getting treated differently than Nashville. He's proposing $500 million for a new stadium where that money could go elsewhere. I'm like, dude, Nashville has an NFL team. They're trying to build a new stadium. Why? Not only to bring a new stadium for the Tennessee Titans, but they're trying to host a Super Bowl. Biggest sports event of the year, a Super Bowl. They're also possibly trying to get an NCAA basketball Final Four there. Possibly college football playoff games there. Possibly this summer, which I will be in attendance, the WWE is launching their second biggest event of the year in Nashville at Nissan Stadium. Hopefully it doesn't rain around that time. That would be really bad. But their second biggest event. If that goes well and you have 80,000 people there and it's packed and it's full, that goes well. Do you understand what happens with a new indoor stadium? That brings WrestleMania to Nashville. And you damn sure believe I'm going to be there for that. when that happens, that's just a hop and a skip up the road. There will be no way on God's green earth I miss that. No way. So Nashville is trying to bring those big events to the state of Tennessee. They have the hotels. Memphis, we could get like pay-per-view events here, maybe a Money in the Bank, maybe a what's some of the other like events? Maybe a Royal Rumble, but that's one of their bigger events too. But the fact of the matter is, you got to think bigger. And that's what Nashville is doing, and that's what this proposal is all about. And I'm going to give some information because it came out from Axios, from Nate Rao of Axios, and it said propose $500 million in bonds toward a new stadium for the Tennessee Titans. This money would cover just a percentage of the funds because the venue is probably going to cost at least $2 billion. And everybody knows that the Titans were going to try to renovate Nissan Stadium since, everything has been going on with supply chain and the prices have moved up on everything. And inspection of the stadium has just shown it is pretty much impossible to renovate that stadium. It's on concrete when it should be on steel. A lot of things are outdated and stuff that they want to repair is not even possible to repair now. So it's just better to go ahead and get a new stadium and be done with it. And I am all for that. I'd be all for that if I'm living in Davidson or Rutherford County. I'd be all for it. So that's what that is. And so this proposal contingent on, the city must agree on a broader financial package. The stadium must be enclosed. So that means it either has to be a dome or a retractable roof stadium. So they might as well go big. Go big, go pretty much state of the art. And it's going to be right there in that big parking lot, right beside where Nissan Stadium is. So they're going to build the stadium right next to Nissan Stadium. And once that's built and ready to go, they can implode and demolish Nissan Stadium, which I'll be sad to see Nissan Stadium go. But we got to move into the future. And they're going to be developing that area as far as putting in maybe some apartments. They're going to be putting in like some sports bars and some restaurants, clubs, maybe some shopping areas and stuff. They're going to redevelop and make that a happening spot. I mean, very similar to what I saw in Dallas at AT&T Stadium, like right across the street from the stadium. I think it was a place called Texas Live. It's like a big entertainment complex that has like a lot of restaurants. It has some stores. It had like a big bar in the middle, has a couple of clubs. And so that's what they're trying to turn that to. They're trying to turn the entire part of that East Downtown into a entertainment district. That's what they want. It'll bring more money and more revenue. And pretty much, I know a lot of people think, well, where's the new revenue? When you get those big events, that money's going to come back and the stadium is going to pay for itself. Plain and simple. So that's why they want bigger events there. And, the only thing about it is that the Titans are trying to make it so that taxpayers don't have to pay much, if any, on this stadium. But I think it's going to be a point where the city is going to have to contribute a little bit. If the state is paying $500 million, and let's say the local government maybe brings in another, I'd say $300 million. That's $800 million. The Titans bring, if the city can match that, make it $1 billion. Then the Titans bring in maybe $300 to $500 million. And then the NFL may want to invest and say, we'll give you another $300 million. That's close to the $2 billion that you need. And you're probably going to get some private funding and stuff like that as well. So you get all of that, you will have enough money to build a new state-of-the-art stadium. It's going to probably be right at about $2 billion, maybe $2.5 billion. If you want a real stadium that's going to really bring those big events. And then those big events are like, well, we know Nashville's a party city. You know, we've seen what the NFL draft has done. We've seen, you know, what that playoff game did. You know, the stadium series that just happened and stuff like that. We definitely love to be there. And then you can have events all year long, and it doesn't have to just be at Bridgestone Arena. You can have some big events, you know, like big concerts and stuff like that, not just in the spring, summer, or fall, but in the winter time when it gets cold, when it's storming, when it's rain, you know. And the thing about it with me, and we're going to move on in just a minute, and my guy Telly Yo Kicks, yep, I'm going to be out there in Vegas, so I'm going to be looking for you, Telly Yo, is that, you know, I know there are some people that says, I don't want a new stadium. Football is an outdoor sport. It's an outdoor sport. It should be played in the elements. And I get that. I get it. I understand. You are right. It is more of it is an outdoor sport. However, I am sick and tired. I do not like going to cold weather games. I don't like sitting in the stands. I mean, I like watching good football, but I don't want to freeze my tail off to do it. I still remember, I want to say it might have been like 2014, maybe 2015. The Monday night game against Pittsburgh. I froze my ever-loving soft. And I had on long johns. I had on 2 or 3 layers of clothes. I had a scarf over my face. And I had a hoodie over that. And I was still freezing. I had to find comfort in the bathroom where it was warm. And then once some stuff went down, I'm like, well, let me just go back outside and freeze to death. I was freezing in that weather. Then the Baltimore game, the 11 sack game on Marcus, drenched, completely and utterly drenched. Not fun to be trying to sit out there and watch a football game in the pouring rain. Not necessarily fun. You bring in a retractable roof or a dome stadium, I ain't got to worry about none of that. I can have on my jacket or my coat or something like that, you know, getting into the stadium. And then once in the stadium, shoot, take off my jacket. I'm good to go. I can look just like this, and it could be freezing. It could be freezing cold outside. I'm comfortable. I'm cheering loud indoors. I am happy with that. So I'm down. So state of Tennessee, make this happen. Get it done. I'm ready to see what this new stadium could potentially look like. And I don't need them to half-ass this thing. Now, they're probably going to have to get rid of the Exxon that's there, probably get that sold off. I know the juvenile court that's there is going to be moved as well, is going to be moved also. So they could tear that down. There's a little extra spot up there. They could kind of move it up towards the street where Limelight is and everything. And they could make this work. And this could be a big deal right there. So I'm all for it. Cheer for Tanneville. I don't. But I really don't have much of a choice now, do I? Because it ain't nobody better that's out right now. Would have rather had Russell Wilson or Aaron Rodgers. Would have rather had one of those two instead of Tannehill. And no, I would not move off of my stance of Tannehill if anybody's asking. I still think Tannehill is going to fail us in the end. I hope he doesn't. But I just have that feeling it's basically going to be a story we've read before. And that's that on that. So finally, one other story that has been kind of going around is the Titans possibly drafting a quarterback at 26. Now, a lot of this does have to do with Tannehill This has a lot to do with Tannehill. Not, I don't know if the Titans are 100% confident in him. By the way, shout out to my homegirl, Crystal Hayward, and to my other homegirl, Miss Dolly, for this lovely tumbler that was made for me. Got the Blue Enforcer 1914, one of my Instagram pages. Also has Titans and Truth in the front. Thank them for this. Love it to death. But the rumor has been going around that the Titans could possibly take a quarterback at 26. And one of the main quarterbacks that the Titans could be very much interested in is Desmond Ridder from Cincinnati. And mainly because obviously Mike Vrabel was front and center at Cincinnati's pro day. Obviously, him and Cincinnati coach Luke Fickell are best friends. And so obviously Cincinnati is definitely talking up Desmond Ridder a whole lot and everything. And Desmond Ridder's come out and said he kind of models his game after Ryan Tannehill, among others. And there are people thinking that Desmond Ridder could be the guy the Titans pick at 26. So, I mean, other quarterbacks that could be there, Kenny Pickett, Malik Willis. I don't know if Willis is there at 26. Pickett, possibly. Desmond Ridder, definitely, I think, would be there. Matt Corral could be another. If he's not gone too early. Sam Howell, I think, in the later round, maybe in the second or third round, could be there. Carson Strong, I think, is there in the third round, among others. But this quarterback class is typically not strong. So I'm not really big on this draft class. I'm not really impressed with this draft class. And I mean, it's not nothing to write home to your mom about. It's definitely not nothing to write home to your mama about. And it's not a draft class that I'm just crazy excited about. But the question I have for everybody is, would you approve of the Titans drafting a quarterback at number 26 in round one? Y for yes, N for no. I want to get y'all thoughts on that. And I'll give you my thoughts in just a minute. But I also want to put word out about Continental Source Tax Consultant. My friend Allison Conley is a certified tax preparer, and she is on a team that helps you get your maximum tax refunds, all the money that you should be able to get with your taxes. They can help in business tax preparation or personal tax preparation as well. She helps me with my taxes and things like that, and does an excellent job with that. I am definitely very satisfied with the business that she brings. So her and her team, Ms. Carmen as well, have been extremely helpful in the Memphis area. And you can also give a call. They could do mobile tax preparations as well. If you send information, they could do tax preparation. I believe they could do it outside of the city of Memphis as well. So if you need that information, hit me up and I can get with Miss Allison, or you could give her a call at 901-654-8435, or her teammate, Miss Carmen, at 901-949-2871. And so you could definitely reach out to them as far as getting your taxes, because the deadline for taxes is coming April 18th. So we got a little under 3 weeks left to do your taxes. So definitely get with them if you're interested in getting your taxes done. If you're here in the Mid-South area, or you may even be able to get them done outside. They can do it where you send them information. They'll help prepare it for you. So shout out to Continental Sources Tax Consultants. Again, make sure y'all hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Ring that bell so you know with live notifications are out. And smash that like button as well. Definitely want to get a bunch of likes. So I would definitely appreciate that as well. But again, the question out is, would you approve of a quarterback being drafted by the Titans in round 1? Y for yes, N for no. Titan Hugo says why? Well, no, they said no. They haven't been able to draft a franchise quarterback since McNair. Mariota tried, failed. Jake Locker tried, failed. Tannehill has done okay, just not great. Al Pierce says yes if the top wide receivers are gone. AZ Big says yes as long as they don't pick another injured player. Let's see. Wow, definitely surprised that I'm getting a bunch of yeses here. CJ says yes. If Tannehill goes down, we could possibly get the Titans to move on from him. Daryl John says Pickett and Willis will be gone. I do agree. Mark Jones said no need for a quarterback. We need guys who can help Tannehill this year. Our core is still intact for a Super Bowl run. I mean, core is intact. Only problem is it all depends on the quarterback. And I am hearing the news Bruce Arians is retiring. I'm going to try to get some more information on this. Philomatic says, yes, here's the problem. We want to pay our star like AJ, Jeff, Fulton. J-Rob is slowly building a great team around a rookie quarterback philosophy like Seattle did with Russ. This is Tannehill's last year, in my honest opinion. I do agree. I definitely agree that this is indeed Tannehill's very last chance. I definitely agree with that. And yep, I am definitely getting some breaking news NFL wise. It does look like Bruce Arians is indeed retiring. Oh, wow. That is very interesting news. Bruce Arians is retiring from football as the Bucs head coach. Todd Bowles, the defensive coordinator, will take over as the new head coach. And looks like they'll try to have more information on that. But it looks like Bruce Arians has officially retired from coaching. Now, I do not know what that will mean for Peyton Manning. I mean, not Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, obviously. And let's see. I am trying to see. It looks like Bruce Arians is going to go into the front office. They did not say what position that will be, but Bruce Arians retiring as a coach from football. And I will say, Bruce Arians was definitely a heck of a coach. Is definitely a heck of a coach. So I shout out to Bruce Arians. And yes, Todd Bowles will be taking over as head coach. He was the former defensive coordinator. Now he is the head coach. So I see everybody. Maybe we could get Gronk then. Remember, Gronk is going to go wherever Brady goes. Gronk will go wherever Brady goes. And yes, Tannehill did lead us to number 1 seed, most injured, but mostly that was done. Derrick Henry did the heavy lifting early. The defense did the heavy lifting late on that. Tannehill didn't exactly do it all, but he did some of it. So here's my thought. I would say no to drafting a quarterback in round 1. And this is why. A couple of reasons. A, this draft class is just not very good at quarterback. Not very good at all at quarterback. I don't really like any of the quarterbacks that are coming out. And I don't see I don't really see where drafting a quarterback does any good for the Tennessee Titans right now. Because you need a guy in that first round pick that can produce and help right away. And right now, it wouldn't be a quarterback in this class. So I would focus on something else, offensive line, wide receiver, something like that. And also because if you draft a quarterback that early, he is going to become the most popular guy on the team because as soon as Tannehill screws up, the entire fan base is going to be screaming for the new quarterback to come in. Yeah, I'm sorry. I was doing a text to a friend, making sure that they're safe. So I would pass on the quarterback. I wouldn't do it. I'm with Drumstar. No, I would not. I would not draft the quarterback because you'll be putting. I mean, yes, it will be much needed pressure on Tannehill, but if Tannehill screws up, everybody's going to want that new quarterback, and that new quarterback may not necessarily be ready yet to step up. So I would say no to that. Moving on, I know there was some new OT rules for the playoffs, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm not really for this, but I'm gonna give it to you anyway. So this is off of the NFL Instagram page, and that is these are the new rules strictly for the playoffs. So in the regular season, you can have it where each team can get the possession of the ball unless the team that gets the ball first scores a touchdown, then the game is over. Or on that first possession, the defense gets a safety, then the game is over. And the other team doesn't get another shot. So if the game ends in a touchdown, the other team doesn't get a shot. That's in the regular season. Here in the postseason, both teams will get an opportunity to get the ball no matter what happens on the first drive. So if a team score, and then if the score is tied after each team has had the possession of the ball, next score wins. So basically what happens is if there's a kickoff, let's say, for example, Titans Bengals. Painful game to go back to, but I'm just using it as an example. Bengals get the ball. They score a touchdown. Game is not over in the playoffs. In the regular season, game will be over. In the playoffs, not the case. They score a touchdown, the Titans will get the ball. They would have to score a touchdown to extend overtime. If they don't score a touchdown, game is over. That's basically what would happen. So Bengals would get the ball. If they score a touchdown, the Titans get the ball. They have to score a touchdown. If they score a touchdown, then the Bengals get the ball again. It'll be sudden death. Next score wins. If they kick a field goal, game is over. If the Titans make a stop, go down, kick a field goal, Titans win. So that's how that would go. And if the team kicking off to start the overtime period, the defense scores a safety on the receiving team's first possession. Now that's the only exception. If a safety is done, if the defense gets a safety on the first possession, game over, no questions asked. That's the only way the game ends on the first possession is if it's a safety, not a defensive touchdown. So those are the new overtime rules. I'm not really a big fan of that, mainly because I didn't like how all of this came about. I think it's mainly because, everybody, again, Titan Hugo, I was using that game as an example of the new rule. I was using that as an example. I know what happened in real time. Hate it, but we know. But we're just using that as an example if that were to happen. So, Again, I'm not a big fan of these new rules simply because I think all of this complaining by everybody was because of the Bills-Chiefs game. That's why. That's why I was like, I think all that came about. That's why everybody was complaining. I think if it was any other game, if it was like, you know, if it was any other game, that happened, Bengals, Chiefs, maybe it wouldn't have been the same way, or any of the other games. San Francisco and LA went to overtime, but nobody said anything about that. I think same thing with Green Bay and San Francisco. That went to overtime. Nobody said nothing about that. Nobody was complaining of, oh, we need a new overtime rule. But it was only because it was Chiefs Bills and that game was like a big shootout. Everybody wanted to complain about that. And that's why these rules was put into place, because of that. Any other two teams probably wouldn't have said a thing, would have been like, hey, rule is fine as it is. What's up, C-Dub? You're not too late, but you can go back and watch the rest after everything is done. So glad you still got in here. But that's just how I feel about the new playoff overtime rules. I'm not really big on it. I don't really care for them, but I'll deal with it either way. I guess it's good both teams get a possession. I guess that's what that is there. But two other things I want to discuss right quick. I'm going to quickly go through my mock drafts that I've done so far. Did another mock draft. This was off of the Draft Network. I'm not really proud of these mock drafts. I didn't do any trades because I'm kind of figuring I suck at trying to trade, obviously. So I didn't really do any trading. In this one with the Draft Network, first round I went with Trevor Penning, offensive tackle. Then I went with Cade Otto, tight end from Washington in round 3. In round 4, Velus Jones Jr. from Tennessee was the best receiver available on the board. I wasn't really a big fan of that pick, but it was the best player available. Sincere McCormick at 143 in the 4th round. I know we kind of need a running back at some point to kind of back up Derrick Henry. Then got Romeo Dubes from Nevada. He's a speedster. I definitely like him with that. In the 6th round, I went defense for a minute I went defense in the later round as well, because I figure might as well get one defensive player in Thomas Booker. Then I went back to the wide receiver well again for a 3rd time. Couldn't pass up Tyquan Thornton, the speedster from Baylor. And then I needed another defensive player, a safety. I got Smoke Monday. I just love the name. Smoke Monday from Auburn. So those were my 7. Those were my picks. I did do one trade. I traded my last 6th round pick and got a couple of 7th rounders from Cincinnati. So that's where I got Tyquan Thornton and Smoke Monday out of that trade. In the PFF situation, Kenny Pickett, a couple of quarterbacks were available, but I obviously did not go that route. This is the PFF mock draft, which I think I feel a little better about this one than I do my Draft Network mock. And so at 26, I went with Treylon Burks. I thought he was the best player available at that situation. In round 3, I went with Kellen Durst, the tackle from Arizona State. In round 4, I went with tight end Grant Calcaterra, formerly of Oklahoma, now with SMU. In round 4, I decided to draft a quarterback, and that's Bailey Zapp from Western Kentucky. Could be a good competition, could beat out Logan Woodside. Maybe could be a good backup going forward. Round 5, I went running back with Zaquandre White from South Carolina. I thought that was pretty good value there. Round 6, I went again with Tyquan Thornton. Needed more speed. I like that with Tyquan Thornton. And then the last pick, I had to go with a kicker, just to kind of challenge Randy Bullock and maybe overtake him if possible with Cameron Dicker from Texas, who is a very good kicker. And my overall draft grade from them was a B. So want to get y'all thoughts on my mock drafts. What did y'all think? Do y'all think I did pretty good with the mocks, or did I suck with the mocks? Let me know what y'all think. Al Pierce said they should just play a 10-minute quarter. I mean, pretty much that's kind of what they're doing, but they're kind of trying to shorten that in particular. So that's why I think that's why they did that. And so again, I'm showing y'all each of the mock drafts that I have done for the Draft Network right here. And then this is from Pro Football Focus mock simulator. So that's just a couple of mock drafts that I did. Let me know what y'all think of the mock drafts. Again, Al Pierce says they should play a 10-minute quarter. And I mean, what would happen if after that 10-minute quarter, it was still tied? They got to end it at some point. That would kind of go on forever. The Titan idea was best touchdown, 2 and 2-point conversion in overtime to win. I mean, I think after that, I think if you score a touchdown, you may have to go for 2, but I think they nicked that particular proposal. CW says PFF has a good mock draft simulator. I'll be using it a ton. Even grades your overall draft. That's what I just did. Yeah. So let's see. I usually trade a pick or 2 from next year to get a second round pick. I was just thinking I need another good young prospect. I could see that. CJ likes it. Says I hope they go that route when drafting. We'll definitely see what route they do go in that situation. But last but not least, before we do get out of here, I gotta shut your pie hole moment. And it basically goes back to the slap her around the world. I'm not even going to put a graphic up because it ain't really worth the time to do so. But it was all about the Oscars. I did not get to see this actually happen, but I have seen some videos of the incident. And so, obviously, everybody knows what happened. Chris Rock was making a joke about Jada Pinkett, and he didn't know that she had the rare condition where she lost her hair, alopecia, I believe is the name of the condition where she lost her hair and things like that. And so Chris Rock was making a joke. Obviously, Will did not take that too kindly. Did not take it as a joke, and it looked like he slapped him right on stage or punched him on stage. When I first saw the video, I thought it was fake. I didn't even think he actually slapped him, because honestly, if he had slapped or punched him that hard, maybe Chris Rock would have felt his face, or would have been like, would have went down or something like that, or security would have came up and did something. But that didn't happen. Will just walked up, did what he did, walked off. Now, I could tell it was a little bit personal when he said, "Keep my wife's name out your mouth." Now, people are saying that there's some beef there or whatnot, maybe in the past or something like that. Now, I am not saying that I think Will and Chris both could have handled it a bit better. But, I mean, look, we don't know if that was staged or not. The Academy's trying to look into it. Nobody's pressing charges. Everybody's been talking about it. So, as far as I'm concerned, yes, I understand defending your wife. And you should. But you shouldn't have went into the manner of slapping the guy, or even looking like you're slapping the guy. But again, I'm not saying Chris Rock should have did what he did. He probably should have said, hey, hold up. I'm tripping, y'all. I'm joking. Jada, I'm just playing. Don't take it personal. It's just a joke. That's probably what could have happened, but again, I didn't know if that was real or not, but it could have been handled better. But I will say to everybody out there who's making a mountain out of a mole, CNN, all the talk shows and stuff like that, shut your pie hole. Chris Rock, I apologize. Will apologize as well. The Academy should not take away his award or anything like that. I think don't make a mountain out of a mole. Nobody was seriously hurt. Everybody maybe laughed it off at the end. Will probably say he could have handled it differently. Shut the pie hole. It's over with. It's over with. Move on. There are worse things going on in the world. There's a war. Ukraine is under attack across the world. We're trying to end this pandemic and stuff. So there are worse things going on in the world than this. So Isaac says Chris Rock should have thrown hand. Now I think if I really got, that's how I knew the punch was fake. Because if the punch was seriously real, I would have wanted to throw hands too. I would have wanted to whoop ass. Ty Hugo says nobody knew, so everybody was in shock. I agree. So good acting either way. Will laughed at the joke at first until he saw his wife's face. Yeah. So again, and maybe it was for ratings because everybody talking about the Oscars. Everybody is talking about it. So it is what it is. But I'm like, everybody's making a mountain out of a mole. Shut your pie hole on that one. It's over with. Move on. It's okay. But everybody, that's basically all I have for this show. Again, I want to give a big thank you to everybody who has supported this show. If you haven't subscribed to the show, again, hit that subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and hit that and subscribe to the channel and go ahead and hit that bell so that you can go ahead and get the notification when we go live. So make sure you share the show out. Again, thank you, everybody, for all of your support. Thank y'all for tuning into the show. Daryl John says, I like the PFF draft better. Honestly, I kind of do too. I do kind of like that one a little bit better than the Draft Network draft, honestly. So I definitely do like that. I definitely agree. So again, everybody, thank y'all so much for tuning in. Thank y'all so much. Ty Hugo says, thank you for the off-season episode. I appreciate that. AZ Mick, again, a great show. Thank y'all, everybody. Thank y'all for tuning into the show. Make sure y'all share the show out if you haven't already. Thank y'all so much. I hope everybody has a very good rest of your Wednesday. Definitely go watch some TV, go grab some grub. And next week, we are going to start doing some draft breakdowns of positions. We're going to start with the quarterback position a little bit. So we will start on that and everything. So thank y'all for tuning in to the show. I am Chris, a.k.a. Blue Enforcer. And I hope everybody has a safe and wonderful night. Be safe in that weather. If, thunderstorms and stuff are hidden in your area, y'all be safe. Y'all be careful. And as usual, I would say, tighten up. Why? Because that's all we know how to do. Good night, y'all. Be blessed. See y'all soon.